Welcome to my live. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, today is Wednesday. Um, February what? 24th, something like that. All right. Um, Welcome to my live, guys. Welcome to my live. Uh, um, the place is kind of torn up. Because I kind of rushed this design this week. I don't know. I wanted to get it out for Tuesday, but then I was so tired. I didn't want to finish because it was late. Um, I wanted to finish today and posted it, but this sweet voice in my head said, "Go post your tablescape." Because one of the things that happens if I let my tablescape stay overnight, I get up and I get ideas. Well, apparently this morning, no new ideas came. So that's okay. Maybe because it's already up. But I find that, do you guys find that when you um, start dress the table and you get tired or got pulled away for any reasons. And when you go back to it, you get different ideas and you change it. And I didn't want to change it because it's so sweet and lovely. Um, One of the things that I forgot to do is to take out my white tablecloth. And I was looking for it. Like when I had this on the table, I was looking for it, but I have things downstairs, things all over the place. So that's one of the reasons why I got so frustrated and tired because I could not find it. Also, too, sometimes because of that, I just go to the store and buy another one. Have you guys ever done that where you know you have something and you're not even gonna bother look for it, so you just replace it, and then later down the road you found it. But anyways, if I can manage pulling this apart and finding the table cloth, I will, because one of the reasons why I love to dress my table with a tablecloth is it shows a formality that you wouldn't normally get if you had placed the placemat and charger and plates on the table, just like that. It just shows, it's nice to show the wood like you can see it, but I don't know, because I have so much wood in this room and they're massive, I do get away with it by covering this table and it softens the room a little bit. So that's why I keep the chair covers on. And that's why I put a cover on the table because everything around me is so big and massive, and the room is small. It's not huge. So, when I come in, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, should I paint that? Should I? And one of the reason why I haven't painted any of the furnitures yet, well, two, I love the wood, the dark wood. And three, this table softens the room and it's the center of the room. So think about that when you are purchasing your your furniture. I thought the cabinet over there was a mistake. I would have just liked the server right there and a nice picture above it. But We bought our table first. I'm thinking, no, we got the set. All right. So it was a set with the cabinet, and the server was free. Um, and then I'm like, why did I? And I'm like, all right, it's good. A big room, it would have been lost in it, which is really good. Um, but a small room, um, the table and the chairs, for the most part, is always covered in this room, so it doesn't, choke me when I come in. So if you guys like, oh my God, too much wood, I love the wood, I love the color, I love the masculinity about it. Um, but I need something covered, and oftentimes too, I put a covering on the server to soften it a little bit. All right. Just so that this big piece can show, and it shows well. All right, guys. So, what can I say about this tablescape? Valentine's Day, I did something quick. A couple of hours, I'm like, I have to do something with Valentine's. I have to get out my red and white and put something on my channel. And I did, quick and easy. And for the most part, I like designing. When I design my table, it looks more formal. And I'm not saying that Valentine's wasn't a good design. I'm saying usually when I think about it and write it down and shop for it, even if I shop in my basement or in those trunks that I have, I should say around the house, I still come up with something that looks really unique and ornate. And that's the look I'm going for. And then what it does is it dresses up the space, which is really nice. So last year I went into greens. It was green everything, because my resolution for last year was prosperity and success. So I represent it with green. And also, when I think of money and paying your bills and everything, it represent that too because, and even health. It represents everything about that. And every week, if you check it out, I have green on the table. This year, my resolution is to do more and to obtain more, to research, to spend the time on whatever I want to do and figure it out well. All right. So that's what I'm doing this year. So, but I started with burgundy and black. I, my Christmas colors were red and green. I wanted traditional, right? And when I got that, I scale it down to burgundy because I just love how the red makes me feel and make the room feel. So I said, you know what? I want to use a version of that red. And I have chosen burgundy. So I had burgundy tablecloth. I had burgundy plates. If you look throughout my tablescape since 1-1, I started strong because, anyone, if you have talked to anyone about red, they'll tell you it's strong. People run from you. But anyways, one of my design came from the HGTV magazine, Now Get the Look. And I wanted to really pull off the stop because, HGTV name is known. They're a good company and with really talented designers. And they work with the community and all that and more. So I wanted to really do something royalty, royal, regal, all those names, exquisite, gorgeous, well designed, things like that. But anyway, I started shopping for that because a lot of times, sometimes you have to, go out there and look and see what's in store and then bring them in your space, right? So I started shopping out. I knew I had some things I could incorporate it in that design, but I wanted to see um, the perspective from like the shopping the store. So I started shopping and I wanted to spend $100. Then my hours, my money went trickling down. So I altered the shopping after I spent $60, right? So initially I said I wanted a burgundy rug. That would be nice. Or some burgundy curtains or a burgundy runner. None of those came out to be reality, right? Because the funds wasn't there. Anyways, I did it justice, I think. I think some of the elements could have been broader, bolder when it comes to that, but I tried. I think I really did well, and I can see the essence in that design, right? So what I did this time was, because I know something got me. What I did this time for St. Patty's Day, I shopped, right? And I didn't say what I was going to do with what. And it turned out to be better, actually greater. For some reason, when I talk about things and write things down, there's a hiccup on the way to obtain those things. So that's why sometimes I don't talk. It's in my head, and I don't talk, I don't lay it out until it's time to lay it out. So I don't know about you guys. Um, do you guys ever feel that once you talk about doing something, it does not come to reality? Or because if you talk to visionaries, they'll tell you write down your vision, and look at it every day and you will get it. But for some reason I wrote it down, and what I wanted did not come. Usually it does. But anyways, that design was really good. It could have been top notch had I gotten everything I wanted, right? But anyways, I'm coming for you again. Now get the look. And this time I won't talk about it. I won't show it. No one will know until it's posted because I made a mistake. I announced it. All right. Enough of that. Anyways, I love this table. I love what the black chair covers. Guys, tell me, the black chair covers does to this room. And one of the design that I wanted to do, and my place, this room is a little bit crashed up now. I wanted to paint these two end cabinets black, or or if not the whole thing inside. I think it would soften the wood a little bit, but then again, I don't want to spoil the wood. Yeah. Do you ever hear someone like, "Oh, I don't want to spoil the furniture or make a mistake"? Kind of like that because it's so nice. So maybe wallpaper and just tack it at the ends so it's not glued down so it doesn't damage. I'm gonna try that. Black wallpaper in like a chalkboard surface, matte, and try that because I love what the black covers, and they're very inexpensive. I got a lot of them from Amazon because I like to change. Also, what else? That for now. I'm gonna put my baskets back up, but I oftentimes change the top of the furniture as well. But anyways, guys, enough of that. We are now on this gorgeous setting. And whenever I think about St. Patty's Day, I keep saying St. Patty's Day, St. Patrick's Day. I think about the corned beef and cabbage and the Irish soda bread, right? What about you? Or what's that beef sandwich? That is really good. But, anyways, now if I were to design and invite guests, I think this table would be perfect. Why? Because I'm going to tell you why. I used two shades of green. I'm gonna show you guys everything. All right, so I used the black and white. And as you can see, my table cover, which is my scarf. I killed for a scarf like this 1 year and I got it. Which is my scarf because I wanted the black and white. There is no black and white tablecloth in the store, at least the one that I go to often. And I looked in two different locations, right? So I came up with my own black and white. But then I had these vintage table mats. They're just, those little, I hate to say plastic, but they're waterproof ones that we usually get. These are vintage. And I love the egg shaped table mats. They're really, really nice. I think it says something about the curves, right? But what this does, it extends the black and white out, right? In a different way. Look at that, in a different way. And some people wouldn't use this with this because they would, oh, it's too much. No, to me, what it does, it extends it out to the end of the table, which is really good. And look at this plate. Look at this charger. It just makes me happy. This color, it's reminiscent of the wall. I love to show my wall. That green, but it has a sheen to it. It has a gloss to it. And this is so super gorgeous. And it makes me smile, which is a happy color, right? And then I had to get some green dishes because I have green, but not emerald green and not a whole set of eight. And this is what this green does, it softens this an accent, made the bright avocado green an accent. Look at that. So you don't get that vibrancy and that prettiness in your face. It just calms it down. Who knew, right? And then who knew that I don't have to use the same plate Same salad plate to match this plate, right? No one would have thought that I would come in with this salad plate. How creative, how gorgeous this is. And one of the things that I love that I have to share with you, if you look at the texture of this finished edge and you go to this one, it's the same texture and it works together even though it's a different color. And what the metal does, it increases the glamorosity to the table and just make it just subtle, really good. Now, do you see the layers? Yes. Do you think one is too much from the other? No, because I think each layer complements and just shows off a bit of the color, and it just makes it really nice and not too much intense, right? I just love it. Now, one of the things that I always tell um, my viewers is layer the looks, right? So make sure when you design your table, you repeat a color. And look at this. There's nothing repeated here, right? So you thought, but check your color wheel. And then what I got what I got is this beautiful green and gold napkin ring that I wasn't able to use. I picked it up. I saw four and they called me over and I run for it. I picked it up, right? And when I picked it up, I'm like, what am I going to do with these? Why I pick things up that are on sale all the time? And I probably had this over 3 years, right? And look at that. I pulled it out tonight. And look of the essence of the colors. And look at the how they combine together. And look at the finishing touch. And I think a lot of times when we design, we don't see it because the finishing touch is not yet in it. Ooh, I like that. And then what I did was I reuse this napkin. And that's the reason why I don't buy napkin for every tablescape and napkin rings for every tablescape and glass for because I always have something neutral that I know I can use and repeat in a different way. So the HTV table had these different napkin ring. The Valentine's table had these different napkin ring, and that's how you do it. It's versatile, it's shiny. If you like glamour, it really dresses everything up and it really completes it. Right, guys? I love it. And I could have gone with black because I have a black and white napkin ring, but I want to leave the black and white alone because it's my table cover. See that? And I want to pick up on everything else around it and how gorgeous that is. And I love when I explain because sometimes when you see my design, you don't get it. Unless, of course, you're someone that is a designer. And it's not that I am a designer. That, went to Harvard or anything. I am just someone who learned and loved colors and was very good in art class. And I think when you were, it just develops into something beautiful. All right, so now the silverware and the glassware. So I have this vintage set in gold and silver, and I pull them out. I also have a regular gold set I could have brought out, but I like a vintage touch. I like the curves and the design on this utensil, right? And it brings a kind of femininity. I can't say that. I put ITY on everything today to this table. And I thought it was a nice finish to everything. Gold on either side in the center just completes it. And I wanted to also accent my drinking ware or glassware with the same gold accent. And I did it. So I said, let's do two, right? And then I'm like, why not three? Because this, look at that, it picks up on all the colors around it, right? It's iridescent. Look how gorgeous that is. And I love these for that. And that's why I use these so often. These are my everyday because it brings something to the table that you would normally get from a regular glassware. And look at that. How gorgeous is that? So that's this side table setting. And what I do is sometimes I don't buy eight off one plate or salad plate. Sometimes I get four, sometimes two, sometimes even one, just to accent, right? So what I did with this in the store, I tried the salad plate with that. I'm like, oh, that looks good. But I only got four, right? So what am I gonna do with four when I seat eight? Oh, I had the silver one. I had the silver one, guys, and I pull it out. I said I'm gonna do four golds and four silver solid plates. And what I did was I accented the placemat with a silver utensil as well, which balances it, and silver glassware with this iridescent one at the end. Isn't that gorgeous? And then what I did, I find a silver napkin ring and place right there. And these are snowflakes. How beautiful is that? I love that. And what I did, just for texture, I used different ones. And that's what I did. So tell me, guys. Also, I use six white placemat that um, could be a perfect match with the napkin, and then two of that black and white ones at the end. And I thought it's really beautiful, and it just lays the table right. And these vases I picked up this week. I don't know. I love the femininity. Femininity. I can't say that word. All right. I love it because it looks girly. And I love what I put in it. And the green off the plate, it has to go on the top. And I love that. You look up, you look down, you should see the same colors in a different way. And that's what I do. And I have to do the black candle. And what it does, it brings the black bow a little bit higher and makes it really pretty. And I accent the center with this pretty gold material that I made into a candy wrapper just so that it has a um, formality on the table. Really pretty. So that's what I did this week. So four of the setting gold accent and for silver. And then what I usually say is put the guys at the silver and the girls at the gold end. And it makes into a really wonderful conversation, because some guys is like, well, I want gold too, why not? So that could really do good in your conversations. But that's it, guys. That's it. The only thing that I regret not doing is finding my white tablecloth. And that would have elevated the formal look a little richer um, to the table. And one of the things that I do is oftentimes I go to the fabric store and I buy a piece of fabric, and then I come in and I just do raw materials on the table for tablecloth. And this is so beautiful. I have it over this chair, and I'm like, I think I should go and get more for the other chair just to have a little bit of different texture on the chairs. How about that? So, guys, thank you so very much today for stopping by. I hope that you go to my channel, Decisive Designs, and watch this video. I recorded it late, so I don't know if I explain it well, but it's there if you would like to see it. Um, Next week, I don't know what will be my design, and I am going to try to put that in perspective in my head and hide it really far so that I don't crash it. All right, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, be kind and courteous. Why I can't say those words? Courteous. Courteous. Um, love your neighbors and check on your elderlies. Peace.